running a health post facility is different from other projects like constructing a school or constructing maybe say a church infrastructure and just leaving it like that. But the health post is something that's supposed to be managed by some trained professional like nurses. Then you have somebody who have to manage logistic, inventory, medical supply, etc., etc. So it's something that it may be challenging to a community, starting from the one at Ndunwe down to the one and Bindia. And then finally, we saw the one at Wenchen, which has kind of been abandoned. So we don't know what are the challenges. So let me bring in Dr. Christella. What kind of challenges would that pose if you have to carry on a campaign or a medical outreach to a community where there are no health facilities that you can partner with?
Yeah, it tends to be quite challenging, and we're glad that we had a first-hand experience recently with NJA, and we've really been wanting to slowly build a project where we are able to continuously provide some services, be it medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, to any measure at the level of the community itself in Fontem and the villages that go along with it, and not just center on one project a year. That was one resolution that the entire medical missions team. So the LECUDO Health Committee, our partners back at home, our other partners, Healing Beyond the Horizon, um, Life Bridge, and so on, wanted to do to try to start from the grassroots so that we do some population control, and that whenever we have the 1 year event, we are really dealing with cases that could not be taken care of during the small health missions. It's challenging because most of the structures are no longer as we knew them back in the day. Z is not as Z, which used to be vibrant and a big health center.
Mhm.
J, Ndungwe, and all of those other health posts are basically almost non-existent in terms of basic amenities. Some of them don't have water, basic toilets that the patient population will be able to use, and all of that. And then, not to talk of other things that involve the plateau technique. For example, little some equipment here and there, basic sphygmomanometers, oxygen delivery systems, a lab, just a basic lab, pretty much that can be used. And then, of
Yes.
course, a more important thing will be even the personnel as well. There need to be, a couple of people who can actually man the facility, that will make it running and functional.
Yes, because you see the health center at Mbindia that have tried to follow up that report, even though this is a government sponsor program for our community, which means that our community is supposed to actually be engaged. But if they bring all kind of equipment and just put them there and are not personnel, as you are saying, to actually maintain it in such a way that it is useful, that they can actually use it to maybe diagnose or carry on laboratory test differentiation with patient. That becomes a very big challenge.
Absolutely. And we've seen that with the crisis that's ongoing, there's been a lot of exodus, right? So we need people who will use the facility. We need people that will make the facility usable. So if in some of these villages there's been a big exodus, there are no people there that will use it, that's one issue. And then if there are no people who can make the facility useful, like a basic trained nurse, somebody who has just basic knowledge in, and it doesn't have to be a very sophisticated lab test, because of course we have Mary Health and we're thankful that Mary Health is running. We can have them refer most of the cases out there. But just someone who's able to, or a couple of people who are able to make sure that the facility is up and running, that's really key to keeping a health center alive.
Dr. Christella, when you saw the population, we saw the footages that were at NGA, especially during the first day, and that entire area from Bel I don't know if you know the area so well, from Bel Air,
Gangaga.
Gangaga, yes, going up to Inka, then coupled with Mbindia, Inji, all that enclave area, that there's no health facility. Then you look at the population over there. I mean, yes, the health center at Bindia is not functioning. The one at Ndungwe is not functioning. Then that means the entire region does not have a health facility.
Exactly.